You turned down the thing. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody for being here today. We are going to have a very special announcement today. We have, for the first time ever, students going to Washington, D.C. from here at Lauffer Middle School. And three of those students have been chosen to lay a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This is a huge, huge honor, and many students, many people never get the opportunity to do this. So it's even less than a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's for some people, they just never happen. So it's an incredibly high honor for those students. And what they did was they all wrote essays or letters explaining why they believe that they would be a good candidate to lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Each and every one of them wrote really fantastic letters and essays. And like I said, three of them will be laying a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And one student will be leading us in a ceremony at the World War II Memorial, which is really exciting because we are laying a wreath there at the Arizona Pillar. And all along the wreath, there are pictures of family members, of Lauffer teachers and staff, and very soon of family members of the students who served in some way in World War II. So we're very excited about that ceremony as well. So I think without any further ado, I'm going to do this one more time. I'd like to introduce our representatives from the Tucson chapter of the Marine Corps League. They're the ones who read through these letters and chose our winners. So I think without any further ado, let's go ahead and give our hand for our guests so they can tell us more about the Marine Corps League, more about this honor, and thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Let's give them a hand.
Okay, good morning, students.
Good
My name-
morning.
There you go. He was a drill instructor. So, my name's Ruben Reyes. I'm with the Marine Corps League here in Tucson, Arizona, Detachment 007. I had Mrs. Pierce contact me and ask me about judging the essay contest for the laying of the wreath at the unknown soldier. So I was excited about it, took it to the league, got everybody's backing on it, got a committee together, they read all the essays, and they came up with three for the unknown Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and one for the World War II Memorial. And like your teacher said here, they were all great essays, all of them. It was really difficult trying to pick one that stood out more than the other because you guys pretty much covered everything on it. And it is a real honor to be able to go lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I served in the Marine Corps, and I never had that honor. I would have loved to have that honor, but I've never had that honor. Manny Magana Mungia also served in the Marine Corps, and I don't know if he ever had the opportunity to do it.
Been there.
He's been there.
It's a very solemn
Sacred place.
to go. It's an honor to be there, actually, to be amongst those who gave all in the sacrifice for our country. And one thing I do want to mention to you is going through reading these essays.
Come to the mic.
Can you hear me?
The people at home can hear you.
Okay, people at home, can you hear me now? No, it was a real honor to read the essays coming from you young students, you young people who are our future. And it was, like I said, it was an honor to do this. And it's my turn to thank you for your enthusiasm, for your patriotism, for your respect, and support for all our armed forces in the United States of America. So keep that in mind. What you're doing is a good thing. We're working together as one. And I'm very proud of all of you. We are very proud of all of you.
Thank you. I'd like to bring up our associate member, Ruben Moreno. He plays taps for us when we do color guard at funerals and the Vietnam Veterans Affairs. He's always there to play taps, and he's going to play taps today when we're done with the ceremony. But I'd like him to come up and please explain a little bit about what taps is and the meaning of it.
Taps has a history that goes back. First of all, you know what taps is? The song, dun da dun, day is done. They usually hear it at funerals. Funerals are sad, and the reason why the tomb of the unknown soldier is so important to recognize is that the people buried there and anyone who gave their lives lost their lives supporting what was the cause at that moment or at that conflict or in that battle. No matter what war, what conflict, they gave up their lives for this country. And it's a sacrifice that there's no other equal. So in recognition of those soldiers, and some of them, they couldn't even be recognized, but they had so they were American soldiers. So it's the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And the history of taps, I didn't get the teacher's name, I'm sorry, Miss Pierce, can go into it more extensively. But the story of taps goes back to the Civil War. And the Civil War divided North from the South. And there was this Captain Alcom, something like that, Alcom, whose son, unbeknownst to him, had joined the Confederate side. And after a battle, he's hearing the moaning of a wounded soldier on the field, in the battleground, because at night you can't see, and back then they fought in ranks and shot at each other without much cover. So there's a lot of dead that took a while to pass sometimes, but this one was resistant, and he crawled in the cover of night to bring back the soldier. And when he got back to where he could see, he found that it was his son who had joined the Confederate side, and he was, of course, a Union Northern soldier, a captain. When he died in the process of that in his arms, and in the process of wanting to give him a military funeral, the Union said, no, he's a Confederate enemy. We can't really do that. And because in his pocket was the words, because he was a music major, he had written this song, the song that later became the melody for taps. So I'll let where'd she go? Okay, to Miss Pierce to explain the more details of that. But ever since then, since he was a Confederate soldier, they couldn't play the whole song. The compromise was to at least let one bugler play the melody and at the burial. And so since then, that melody we call taps today, which is also played at the end of a day of encampment. But it's also the last song of the day, the last song of a life, the farewell song to a sacrifice of an unknown or any soldier who gives his life, no matter whether it's in battle or later in life as something else takes us out. So to honor his life and to honor their lives is this story of taps. And Ms. Pierce will go into more detail.
Mrs. Pierce comes from a military family, so she knows a lot, quite a bit. I'm going to get to our awards now. We made certificates out for the students. This is from the Marine Corps League for the Lauffer Middle School Essay Contest, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This first one is presented to Sienna Tessel. And this is for an outstanding essay submission. And this says she will place a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and appreciation with gratitude for your participation in the 2024 Lauffer Middle School Essay Contest, judged by officers of the Tucson Detachment 007 Marine Corps League, awarded this 10th day of May 2024. Next award is also for the tomb of the unknown soldier to lay the wreath. Can I get Landon Smith? Landon Smith is absent today, so in lieu of his award, we'll give it to Mrs. Pierce.
Let's give Landon a hand.
Next award is for laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And this one goes to Alexada Madrid. Thank you, thank you. Our next award is going for the World War II Memorial Laying of the Wreath, which is here. And we have selected Risa Espinosa. Let's give them all a hand. Now, I know you guys are really going to enjoy this. The trip is very exciting. My kids took it when they were in school, and I know they should have paid more attention to what they were doing, but boys would be boys, and they were basically goofing off. They didn't get pictures of monuments. They didn't get pictures of the unknown soldier. They just went and goofed off. But hopefully you guys get a lot out of this trip. And I just want to say that, again, it was our pleasure to be selected to help you guys out with this essay contest. And it was very, very difficult making choices. But we appreciate you guys. You did a great job. Thank you.
All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a presentation of taps in honor of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country and for our people. If you would please rise and face our colors, our national colors. Thank you. Again, thank you. Don't ever give up. You guys are on the right track. Semper Fidelis. Remember those two words. Semper Fidelis. Always faithful. Thank you.
Okay, this concludes our ceremony for today. I would like to congratulate the winners and thank the Tucson Marine Corps League for helping us out with this. Again, those of you that are coming with us to DC, we only have a couple more weeks to go. If you're interested in joining, we'll be doing this again next year. So if you'd like to participate, make sure that you get the information from Mr. Letson or in the front, and we hope that you'll be able to join us again next year. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.